There are a lot of skills in business that we've discovered listening to some of our guests on this week's show, like Adam Friedman and Alan Gerstner. A lot of skills that you can train people on, but then there are some that sort of come naturally. Our listeners know a lot about Tandem HR and their unique skill set in helping a lot of small business owners and big business owners in the Chicagoland area, and I'm just thrilled to have John Figiel on Get Down to Business this week. He is an expert in this subject of motivating employees, leading employees, managing employees. And John, I guess I have a question for you. Of course, thanks for joining us on the show. Is there a difference between leading and managing in a small business?
Yes, thank you, Shalom, and thank you for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. And I think the best way for me to answer that question is to use a quote that Peter Drucker uses, that managers do things right and leaders do the right things. And I think to break that down, what he really meant by that was managers are focused on making sure that their employees have clear goals, they have the ability to meet those goals, and they actually get the results. Leaders are focused on making sure the organization is headed in the right direction, has the right strategy, has the right vision, and then communicating that vision to the rest of the organization. So those would be, I think, that the key difference is whether it's a small organization or a large organization.
If I could hug you right now, I would. I hope that message resonates by people. I talk to so many people every day that come to me looking for career advice, and also and companies that are looking to attract top talent for their various positions. And I think the thing that people need to remember, and I'm curious to hear your take on this, is that anybody can really excel in their company, in their business, in their professional aspirations if they step up and they lead, if they go beyond just it being a job and they actually own the responsibility. They do whatever it takes to get something done. The opportunities are endless. It's to, as Buzz Lightyear would say in Toy Story, it's to infinity and beyond. As a manager, managing, as you said, it's, you have to make sure that certain responsibilities are conducted, but it seems more like that classic term job. I don't like that term job. I think people, in order to be successful, it's got to be more than a job. What are you seeing in the business world these days? How are businesses succeeding in attracting the right people, and how are people doing in what's still sort of a tough job market?
Right. I think that in terms of attracting the right people, the successful organizations are doing exactly what you just described. They're presenting an opportunity for people not just to do work, but to connect their own personal values, their own personal goals, if you will, to doing something important in their job. And that's either if they're a professional services organization, whether it's creating a quality product, whether they're manufacturing, and also working effectively and collaboratively to build a team and a community within the organization. So that's what organizations are doing. What employees are doing are taking advantage of that. And I want to build off of something that you said, and that is, we think of leaders and managers as a title or as a job, but you also, recommendation I would make or suggestion for your listeners is think about it as a set of behaviors. So that when you think about leadership as a set of behaviors, anybody, regardless of the job that they're in, they can be a forklift driver, be a customer service rep, can make at least of taking initiative, of being a problem solver, building effective relationships. So that focusing on behaviors as opposed to the job, I think is key.
It is, and clearly you have a lot to say on the subject. Clearly there's a lot that people can read about how to excel in, really it's whatever job, whatever. I'm contradicting myself. I'm using the term job, but they can succeed in whatever career they want to succeed. It's about taking those leadership initiatives, and whether you're in a management role or you're not, it's stepping up to the plate and owning the responsibilities. And I know that's something that you you work with the companies that are Tandem clients and sort of helping create that environment, that atmosphere. I feel very privileged and fortunate to have spent time in your office, and I've seen how your founder, Bruce Leon, how he conducts himself, how he got pie in his face in front of all the employees. He puts himself as part of the team, and that is the environment that's what a leader does. We're all part of a team, and it's team building more than anything, and everybody's a part of that, and everybody's an equal part in that team. And sure, everybody has their own set of responsibilities, and everybody has to live up to those responsibilities, but go way above and beyond. So, John, I appreciate the insight, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this conversation in future shows on Get Down to Business about what it takes to really excel and to really be the best that you can be, is I guess the best way to put it. So, John, how can people follow up with you if they have any questions about leadership and management?
Sure, and I welcome any comments and questions, and also thoughts and perspectives, because we all, we can continually learn from each other and others' experience. The best way is by email, and that's jfigiel@tandemhr.com, J-F as in Frank, I-G-I-E-L @tandemhr.com, or my personal cell phone. Call me directly, 847-420-5708. I'd love to hear from any of your listeners.
John, that's fantastic. And of course, Tandem HR is really, really, really your solution center, and you can find them at tandemhr.com or call their main number just to find out more about the businesses that they work with, 630-928-0510. I know on their website they've got a lot of information for business owners that are out there. After the break, we're going to be talking with State Representative Lou Lang, Deputy Majority Leader in the Illinois House. You're listening to Get Down to Business.